We will start our event by a recitation of a Holy Quran. We recited Muhammad al-Husayni.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم الله نور السماوات والأرض مثل نوره كمشكاة فيها مصباح المصباح في زجاجة الزجاجة كأنها كوكب دري يوقد من شجرة مباركة زيتونة لا شرقية ولا غربية يكاد زيتها يضيء ولو لم تمسسه نار نور على نور يهدي الله لنوره من يشاء ويضرب الله الأمثال للناس والله بكل شيء عليم صدق الله العظيم.
Today is one of the most important days in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. It represents the nation's identity and is greatly associated with the unification of the country by King Abdulaziz Al Saud in the year 1932. On this day, King Abdulaziz Al Saud was able to bring together the hearts and minds of everyone in this country and unite them under one noble goal, striving to build this nation on a foundation of strong beliefs and principles. So it's our great pleasure to express our patriotism and belonging to such a proud nation and community. And now let me take this moment to introduce to you one of Embry Riddle faculties who spent almost 14 years in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Mr. J. Lacey.
Assalamu alaikum. Yes, I'd like to thank the Saudi Student Association and one of my students, Abdulaziz Al-Bashir, for inviting me to this great event. I want to tell everybody Mubarak on your, Mabruk on your Saudi National Day. I was lucky enough to be in your country for several years. I was in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia from 1982 to 1990. I used to fly with Saudi Arabian Airlines in a division called Saudia Special Flight Services. I operated as a flight mechanic for Saudia Special Flight. We had a large fleet of corporate aircraft that were used by the ministers and the royals to fly around the world, and I was fortunate enough to travel with the aircraft and meet a lot of good, genuine, nice Saudi people, a lot of Saudi flight crew, a lot of royal family members and ministers. I had a great time in Saudi Arabia. I still miss going to the creek, to Abho, the creek over in Jeddah. I used to have a villa on there, and we used to do some sailing and things down by the Corniche. So there was some really good memories of this time in Saudi Arabia, and I left in 1990 and came back to Florida for a while and worked on some Gulfstream consulting projects. And then I had the opportunity in 1993 to return to Riyadh, and I lived in Riyadh from 1993 to 1999. Working at the airport, maintaining the aircraft at the General Aviation Terminal, as well as working the aircraft over at the Royal Gate. When I was in Jeddah, I was fortunate enough, I don't know, we have mostly young people here. You don't remember when they had an old airport in Jeddah down in the middle of the city center. I think it turned into an air base. So we used to work at the old air base originally, and we used to take care of a lot of the aircraft there. I've seen a lot of Saudi students go from basic flight training. Once they graduated the basic flight training after flying in the Piper Archers and the Beechcraft Bonanzas that we had in Jeddah, they would then move up to the Cessna Citations. They would fly in the Cessna Citations for 100 hours or so, and then they would graduate up to the Gulfstream IIs. They would start as first officers in the Gulfstream IIs, at which time they had to show their proficiency and their dedication to their jobs. They had to be on time, they had to be professional, they had to handle themselves well while they were on the road. And then they would have the opportunity to graduate to captain status. We also had many Saudi mechanics that would come through Jeddah. We would get a group of 10 mechanics at a time. We would train those mechanics. A lot of those mechanics turned into pilots. A lot of those pilots are now management. A lot of the pilots that were flying the Gulfstream IVs inevitably graduated up to the 777s and the 747s. And then some of them also went into Saudi Arabian Airlines management. The opportunities are great for all of you young students when you return. There is a need for all of the technology and the education that you're receiving here at Embry Riddle. I think you'll find that you're going to be welcomed with wide open arms by your countrymen when you return to Saudi Arabia. I think you need to take advantage of the opportunities that are going to welcome you when you return home. And don't ever forget Embry Riddle and where you all came from to get your education. And we want to make sure that you're always welcome.